Top 5 tips for 3v3 EASHL and NHL 24. Positioning and the roles of your team are important to sort out first. Deciding on a trap versus forecheck, there's typically a main forechecker that applies pressure for your team. Makes it difficult for your opponents to break out of their zone and can create lots of turnovers if done right. Main thing is to not get beat and overextend, which can lead to odd man rushes. This is often your best offensive player. The second role is what I call the versatile player, a player that recognizes when to get back and help the defenseman. Plays the middle ground well and should be the best rotational player on the team. This is often the deciding factor that can win or lose a game. The last role is what I call the last man back. The defenseman is the last man that is back for your team, never letting anyone behind them and keeping the play in front of them. Makes the game-saving play defensively and can either control the result of a game or cost the team with their play. But understand the rotational aspect of the game. No one ever plays just one role. Rotations will happen on the fly and everyone plays every role. It's understanding these roles at the start of each face-off. There always needs to be one guy back if the defenseman decides to push up. There always needs to be at least two guys back on each defensive rush to limit the odd man rushes. Otherwise, your team is unorganized. Understand the roles first, then focus on the rotations. The defense for threes is man-to-man defense. Whether you are in a 1-2 or playing trap defense where you cover lanes, the closest man to you in your lane is the man you cover. Maintain inside leverage, anchoring the blue line and slot, and you're doing your job well. If you ever feel the need to rotate based on movement or to utilize stronger abilities, then switch plays can happen and everyone on the team needs to be aware of it. You need a level of passive-aggressive defense in NHL 24 due to the pressure gauge system, but as long as everyone has a man and a slot is covered, you're in good hands. The forechecker is on the defenseman breaking the puck out, usually stays near the point in the defensive zone, and is the first look for the outlet pass on your breakout. Can get breakaways or on-man rushes and is usually high. Not trying to cherry pick and should concern themselves with defense first, then offense. The versatile player is opposite the defenseman covering the man on his side and transitions to offense to create on-man rushes. Can play close to the defenseman or pick a lane that's open and drive in with speed for passes. The defenseman is the quarterback on the breakout. Controls the pace of the play, can either choose to move it quickly for breakaways, on-man rushes, clean entries, etc., or choose to skate it in themselves with speed if options aren't there. Never feel the need to force a pass if it isn't open, but should be aware of any forecheckers on them trying to take the puck away. Threes is a very quick transitional game, but sometimes it's not always best to move the puck up quick once you get it. If your team is trapped at the blue line, sometimes playing close to your defenseman, breaking it out for generating speed or for cut plays is another way of entering the zone. Learn to mix up the breakout and don't play one-dimensional. If you're finding any of these tips helpful, please like the video. It helps support the channel a lot. And if you're new here, please hit that sub button, ring that bell. There's more content coming for NHL 24 and beyond. Offensively, there needs to be a triangle formed between everyone for open lanes and spreading out. Never have two players in one area in the offensive zone because it severely limits the options and makes it easier on your opponents. One player with the puck, usually near the boards or behind net. The other forward can play slot or cross for 1Ts if open, or can go behind net as an option for maintaining the puck. And the defenseman or last man back stays near the point and watches for cherry pickers and plays conservative. If the defenseman decides to push up by either taking it in the zone or through a rotation, then the highest forward needs to rotate back and cover him, becoming the last man back for your team. Rotations will happen and should happen if plays aren't developing as intended, but keeping a triangle is always the best way to keep possession, which is crucial in a threes match. Keeping possession of the puck will allow your time on attack to keep ticking, which lessens the time your opponents have it. This is why forcing plays aren't needed. With the amount of ice available at the threes match, the ability to hold on to the puck in offensive or breakout scenarios is an important skill to master. It's not ragging, it's having the skill to hold on to the puck and wait for opportunities to open up to capitalize on plays. Picking the moments to attack versus when to conserve oneself for a future opportunity. These are the little things that matter in the game that are a huge difference maker in the big moments of the game. Keeping a passive-aggressive mindset in order to come out on top and become champions in the league.